Good morning. Saturday. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. My God, we all love our mamas, don't we? I've lived at this in this home with a very special family. With my wife, my wife and I have lived here for 6 years. With a very special family that have always allowed us to feel like, it's our true home with the space. And this studio I've been allowed to, by this family, to have my studio right out my back door here. So I have always recognized that, I have always appreciated that, and I always allow the family to know how much that means to me. So, what's gonna be happening in the old studio today? This is gonna be a day that I very well could finish up that glove that's the back of it sitting back there right now. So let's see what happens. I'm going to appreciate the good weather that we have and try to be conscious of the fact that I'm alive and healthy. When I first moved into this little studio, that door that I slide out every day used to go up in on the top, and it hadn't been opened in years, they said. So I took it all down, put a frame around it with wood, made my own channels for it to slide out, and I just kind of did that with what I had to work with. And it's been okay, and I lock it. I have a good locking mechanism from inside, all kind of homemade. And I put this little flap out here. What are we gonna call it? A little awning out of wood or something? I don't know. But it just enables me to put the table outside. Gives me a lot more space, and if it's raining, I can put a tarp on it, and it just gives me some more space to work with. Plus, I just like being outside. I don't like being inside. I need to be moving freely. So we do have a warm temperature taking over our city here, the Pacific Northwest area. It does feel really nice. It's supposed to get into about 30 today. So if you go with the easy way to figure out the basic Fahrenheit, double the 30, that puts us at 60, and add 30, which is about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The real equation is to multiply it by 1.8 and to add 32. But the other way, double it and add 30 gives you a basic idea if you want to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Well, even before, I'm going to try to hide that glare right there, I can see. Before I start, there's one element missing. Even though I woke up early this morning, I think it was like 5:30 or something, I was watching a podcast on YouTube. I had a coffee. It is, as I start my morning here, I just want to walk down and get another one. I just feel, it's kind of a habit I'm trying to change a little bit. I think I'm drinking too much coffee, but today that's not going to change. So as my table's set up here, I don't know what kind of a place you guys are all living in, but our back laneways here in Vancouver, oftentimes, like, kind of an unwritten rule is when something is left out in the back, people put their, old chairs or whatever it is, and whoever's driving by or walking by, can take. And so, this table does look like it's part of my shop, but you just never know. So I just put this sign out here, please don't take this table. And that should be good enough. So I'll be back with my coffee, and then we're going to talk baseball glove trophy. Let me run with you tonight. I'll take you on a moonlight ride. Old Tom Petty, that song was really cool. I remember when he switched up his drummers in the mid-90s. That was his new drummer's first song, kind of. and the drummer stuck with him until Tom Petty's death a few years ago. Steve Ferroni, he's awesome. I think he's a Kiwi. I think he's from New Zealand. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Pulled down this chair today. I haven't had it out in a while. It's my director's chair. And believe it or not, it comes from a director. Japanese guy who I had met years ago. He did some woodworking, and he lived, I think he made his money and made a name for himself in LA doing commercials. Just a sec. Something's not right here. Doing filming commercials in Hollywood for Japanese television. And he worked with Brad Pitt and, oh God, what names did he tell me? Kind of everybody, like doing these advertisements and stuff like that. So he had this. I got some stuff from him, materials, and he let me use like tools and stuff like that. And he gave me this chair and a few other things. So I think it's kind of cool to have a little director's chair. So you can see the old glove in the background. It's just sitting there. I haven't gotten to it yet. I just got my fresh coffee. And, kind of ran into a bit of a disturbing episode down on Commercial Drive where I live. And, there's lots of disturbing episodes going around in most kind of large cities, as there's a lot of different variations of people, shall we say. Some are not the healthiest when it comes to their mind and mental health, and because of that we are, I might have to move my, I might have to change things. There's a big truck here. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it around this corner. Just a sec. Okay, back. Yeah, good looking young guy driving that. He was delivering kitchen cabinets, I think, to a house that was being built down the street here in the back lane. It's a really tight corner. It's a tough one, a little bit of problems. But anyway, yeah, like, where was I? Yeah, I was down there. So there's been there's a woman that I have seen in this neighborhood since I moved here. And to be honest with you, even before I moved to this neighborhood, I would see her around. And, we're at a time where there's lots of diagnoses, how do you say that? Diagnoses, being given to many people, mental health wise. And it's kind of like, in recent decades or years, it's kind of like a new thing. Whereas before, people would just have to grin and bear it and get on with life and realize that life had some ups and downs, and sometimes you're gonna feel bad, or and then there's times where something really is, some people really are troubled, and there is something that's very serious. People can succumb to depressions that just cripple them, and they just can't function, and and that's when intervention and medicine, is very helpful. Well, I'm not going to pretend I'm a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or some expert or anything like that, but this woman that is in our neighborhood here, she's visibly sick mentally, and she has an illness. And if I were to guess, I would say it's something, it's probably schizophrenia. So she is walking around yelling and talking out loud all the time. And, is she saying some inappropriate things? Yeah, but most people have enough sense to go the other way. Well, there was a guy that was sitting out front of the cafe, and this guy is no spring chicken, and he looked like he was, good and in good shape and stuff like that. He was well dressed, and he was sitting outside, and he just went at her, and he was swearing and saying inappropriate words and like saying get it, and he didn't even have the ability to just realize that somebody you know, it's a situation that's best to leave as it is, and everybody in this neighborhood really knows that about her. So I made a choice to not say anything. I just said, you know what, it's not going to serve any purpose right here. If there was a problem where I thought somebody was in jeopardy, in danger or something like that, I would have, you know, stepped in at that time. But I said, no, I'm not going to bother. And you know, and funny enough, the woman that was, you know, standing on the street doing the yelling, she didn't back away, and she actually, you know, kind of told him off, and I just walked away laughing. But anyway, it was kind of just bad to see. Like, I mean, if we can't, you know, if one of our, you know, citizens doesn't have enough sense to navigate a situation like that, then, you know, it just kind of wasn't a good thing to watch. So where am I at today? I am sitting here getting ready to finish this off. And there's a little bit of gum that's oozing out. I just noticed it right here, so I hope that doesn't, you know, I thought that this piece of wood was you know, cured enough and dried enough, but there's still a little bit of sap coming out, which is too bad, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. So yeah, like, I think today I'll be really close to finishing my project. You know, today and tomorrow I'm just going to relax out here, and I got you know, things in my mind. I'm thinking about some things, and I'm gonna, you know, finish my project to my liking, to my satisfaction. I'm gonna write a letter. I'll most likely do it out here, sitting out here. And when the sun does come around the corner, I'm gonna allow that sun to hit my skin and get some vitamin D, and you know, just not allow myself to burn, but take in that medicine that is available to us all when the sun is in the proper place in the sky. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. So when I tune back in here, you know, I'll probably have the camera in a different position, and I'll be securing the bat to the base down here, and doing the finishing touches today to complete this sculpture that turned out to be something that I really like the look of. It's kind of, you know, in my mind, you know, I never have a perfect vision of what things are going to be, but it's really close to probably what I was thinking, and I'm really happy with it, and I'm really proud of the way it looks, and what it's for, and where it's going. Okay, I had just set my little trophy up right there, put the camera in front, and I just went to get this bat, which I put a couple of stains on actually last night during the intermissions of the hockey game. So this is the first time I put it in with color, and just to see how it really looks. So you're seeing it for the first time as I did it. And I got a little bit of glare happening in the back there. Just, you know, I don't have the best camera setup. I'm just using my phone. So maybe as I advance doing some stuff, well, just by looking at it with the bat on there with a black stain, I really do like the look of it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of time to secure that from the bottom, and do a few little finishing touches up here today, and that's her. Okay. Right on. Okay, I got my bat secured, the ball in the glove, the Fred Ritchie Invitational. So for all intents and purposes, this is completed. I'm gonna go with the old 99.9%. I'm gonna do a few touch-ups, maybe with like red paint on those stitches and stuff like that. And that is what it looks like. That dark contrast there is not very good. Sorry about that, but that's what it is when you're dealing with camera on your phone. So I'm happy with that. That was a really excellent process for me. I enjoyed documenting it and expressing myself on a YouTube channel. It actually helped me a lot, actually. It was kind of therapeutic, really, to just kind of show my studio, show my work, and show my process. And hopefully something good comes out of it. And I just hope that the kids really enjoy it. And I hope that it's a trophy that over the years becomes a trophy that people want to win. That's all I can ask for. Oh, I gotta go change the music in case I get another copyright claim. Or turn off the music, sorry. You know, this is actually a video on a Saturday evening, and I do have different clothes on. I do tend to change clothes a lot. Certain people over the years have made fun of me for that. But I'm just sitting out here. It's a very beautiful, peaceful evening. I'm actually just writing a letter to the Hastings Little League. And I'm just gonna, you know, I like to write a letter with my sculptures when I present them to people. And I have an idea kind of what I'm gonna say, but not exactly sure. I'll just let the moment present itself on paper. And you know, I actually really do love the process of putting the pen to the paper and giving somebody a handwritten letter. It's I actually like doing it, and I just hope that the people that read it actually like receiving it. It's just, you know, it is taking some steps backwards, and you know, it shows that you're putting the time into it, your personal touches on it. It's your letters, your writing. It's very tangible. It's in your hands, and it's a good process, in my opinion, anyhow. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this a little bit. I just got a text message from some friends. They invited me over for dinner. I had kind of already eaten. I'm not really hungry, but I'm gonna go over and maybe have a glass of wine or something and have a conversation about some stuff. I look forward to that. So I'll probably finish this tomorrow, read it out from my studio, and that will probably end the video from my studio with regards to this sculpture. And then hopefully I can get a little bit of video perhaps of the team winning it, or people present, or something like that, maybe after the fact. But once I hand it off, I'm just going to be I'm just going to stay away, and it's not in my I don't want to be standing around looking at, you know, the tree. I'll let them deal with it, and maybe somebody can tell me what people thought of it or something like that. It's always nice to hear some compliments if that's the way it goes. So until tomorrow, I'm gonna end my day. I'm gonna spend another half an hour out here putting some words on some paper, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, and the music that I was listening to write this was Miles Davis, an album that's called Kind of Blue. And if my memory serves me correctly, I think it dates back to 1959. I could be totally wrong about that, but I think so. Anyway, it's a 5-song album, and man, oh man, what a brilliant, you just get right into a zone when it's on. It's a really beautiful album. So I'm gonna go turn that on after I turn the camera off.